Hi, I just want to get on for a moment and share out of Colossians chapter 2, starting in verse 9. It says, "For in him, in Jesus, dwelleth all the fulness of the Godhead bodily, and ye are complete in him, which is the head of all principality and power." Wow, isn't that an awesome reminder? We are complete. If you love God today, and you believe on him, as the scriptures hath said, you are complete in God. You have God living in you, the fullness of the Godhead bodily. There are no limits. Because of that truth, there are no limits. You can do all things through Christ, because God is the one giving you strength by might in the inner man through his spirit, his miraculous power that worketh in you. God is active in your life today. When Paul told the Colossians, he said, the great mystery that's been hidden from generations is Christ in you, the hope of glory. He was revealing the mystery. It's Christ in you today, the hope of glory. We have God, the true and the living God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, all power, all authority. You are anointed. You're qualified. You're qualified. You have God in you. You have the fullness of God. And it's just a great reminder today, because sometimes we limit ourselves. We think that we can't do something. And that's just the flesh. It's the carnal mind. It's the thing that we battle against all the time. We have the mind of Christ. So what do we do about the carnal mind? We have to humble ourselves, so the Spirit of God in us can help us cast down every thought that's not right. Every thought that comes against what God said. Because you have the mind of Christ. So humble yourself today so the Spirit of God can influence you and work in you, the freedom of God. You have his mind. So now, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of a good report, what did God say? Think on those things. You have help today to be successful. You have help today to walk in victory and to triumph in every situation. Through any trial, through any tribulation, through any affliction, through any persecution, you can succeed, because it's not you. See, that's something that we got to remember. We have the Spirit of God in us. We're supposed to be crucified. And our life that we used to have is now dead. Now we have a life that's hid in Christ. It's in him that we live, move, and have our being. We don't get to do what we want to do. We're being led by the Spirit of God every single day. So if you will just humble yourself under the mighty hand of God and realize you can't do nothing on your own abilities, God can influence you. God can work in you. God can move in your life through his grace, and you will be victorious. So that's what I wanted to share. You are complete in Christ today, lacking nothing. Complete means complete. There's nothing you're going to lack in, because everything you need, you have in you today. And it takes faith to believe that. You have to believe that. Faith is what pleases God. If you could just have some faith, God can bless you. And God can continuously lead you and guide you and show you exactly what he's calling for from your life. You are qualified to go forth, to shine forth the light of Jesus, to tell people about the goodness of God and all the great things that God has done in your life. You don't have to wait for the preacher to do it. You are qualified to do it. People need to hear your testimony, because guess what? You're going to reach people that I can't reach. People need to hear your testimony. They need to see the life of Christ, the light of Christ shining in you today. So go forth. You're qualified. Fulfill the call on your life. Fulfill the grace of God on your life. Go forth and shine forth the light of Jesus, because guess what? We are all ministers of reconciliation. People need to see Christ in us, the hope of glory. They need to see his love being demonstrated. They need to see his forgiveness being demonstrated. They need to see his mercy his healing, his miracles, his freedom, his life being demonstrated in your life today and in my life today. So go forth, be reminded and encouraged and strengthened today, knowing that you are complete because God dwells in you, the fullness of the Godhead bodily. So that's what I wanted to share tonight. I hope that your faith in God is strengthened, that you're built up in the faith. You are qualified. So go forth in the name of the Lord.